Welcome back to the RMAC Showcase. This is our fall sports preview. Golf is one of the few sports that play in both the fall and the spring. Last year, Colorado Mines men's team won their first RMAC championship since 1968. This year, the Orediggers are picked to repeat as conference champion.
Starting off the season, we got invited to some pretty unique tournaments that tend to be reserved for a lot of the top 20 programs in the country. And it'll just be great. It'll allow us to face some of the top teams in our new region on a neutral playing field, which is huge.
Mines golfer Michael Lee was picked to the preseason all-conference team. Number 2 is CSU Pueblo. The Thunderwolves returned preseason all-RMAC golfer James Berry. Third is Colorado Mesa. The Mavs finished tied for second at last year's conference championships. Coach Paul Brown returns Brandon Bingaman, who is the preseason RMAC golfer of the year. Fourth is Western New Mexico, followed by UCCS. The Mountain Lions have Eddie DeLashmutt on the preseason team. Next is Colorado Christian, Regis, Fort Lewis, and Adams State. On the women's side, it was a tight race for number 1, but Western New Mexico comes out on top. The Mustangs return junior Bianca Dominguez. CSU Pueblo is 2 last year. The T-Wolves won their first RMAC title and returned preseason golfer of the year Dami Dinalo. Third goes to Mesa, who is led by senior Michelle Strip. Adams State checks in at number 4. Then it's Colorado Christian, who is one of the top golfers in the league with Maria Manrique. Number 6 is Regis, followed by Chadron State and Black Hills State. In RMAC cross country, Adams State and Western State have dominated the RMAC for decades, but Colorado Mines in recent years has been a solid number 3. This year, the Orediggers have to deal with some changes as their head coach departed for Colorado State.
Make sure you double or triple knot the shoe. I would recommend triple knotting.
For the past 8 years, Art Seamers has led the Colorado Mines cross country and track and field programs, but in late July, he became the head cross country coach at Colorado State. For his replacement, Colorado Mines stayed in the family, hiring Art's brother Chris as the interim. He's a former All-American runner at Western State. The Orediggers are picked to finish 3rd in both men's and women's cross country. Picked to finish 1st is Adams State, which might be a surprise considering the Grizzlies finished 2nd in both last year. Leading the way for Coach Damon Martin is Tabor Stevens on the men's side. He's the preseason runner of the year. For the women, Kelly Lamb is the preseason runner of the year. The Grizzlies landed 5 runners on the preseason all-conference team. Number 2 in men's and women's is Western State, Colorado. The defending RMAC champs are led by Trevor Blackman and Sophie McNeely. For the men, Metro State is number 4. Then it's Highlands, UCCS, who will host this year's RMAC Cross Country Championships. Number 7 is Black Hills State, followed by Fort Lewis, Regis, Western New Mexico, Colorado Christian, Chadron State, and Colorado Mesa. On the women's side, we mentioned the top 3. Next is Metro, Regis, and UCCS. Conference newcomer Black Hills State is 7. Then it's Highlands, Mesa, Western New Mexico, CCU, Chadron, Fort Lewis, and CSU Pueblo. That does it for this episode of the RMAC Showcase. We'll see you next time from the campus of CSU Pueblo. Have a great month, everybody.
You know what's great about this event is you get a chance to see all the players. You get a chance to see all the players that you have a chance to compete with and have a chance to see them without their uniforms and sweating after the